So it is officially game week for the Washington football team as they are set to face the Los Angeles Chargers this Sunday, September 12th at 1 p.m. on CBS. So to kick off Washington football team's game week, I wanted to take a look at some film between two of the team's youngest stars, Washington's being Chase Young and LA's being Rashawn Slater, their draft pick of this past year's draft. And I wanted to take a look at this just because a lot of people are saying that Rashawn Slater is going to get the better of Chase Young just because he did in this game here. And I'll be honest, Rashawn Slater got the better of Chase Young. That is no doubt about that in my mind. Rashawn Slater, he did Chase Young in this game. So as you would take a look here, they faced off in 2019 Northwestern versus Ohio State, and we're going to break down some of that footage to see where Chase Young went wrong and where he can do better to defeat Rashawn Slater. Now, I want to say this before I get into my video. Shout out to Vouch Lombardi for this footage. As you guys know, I do not know where they get the footage from, and if someone could tell me down below, I can start to use my own. But until then, I'll be using other people's film breakdown, and then I will give my own opinion on it, and I will give them a shout out for allowing me to use their footage. So without further ado, let's get straight into this film breakdown. So once again, you have the footage of Chase Young versus Rashawn Slater from 2019, their matchup, Northwestern versus Ohio State. And in this game here, you're going to see Rashawn Slater get the better of Chase Young. Now, I'll be honest, I understand Rashawn Slater is no slouch. Don't get me wrong. Rashawn Slater is good. There's a reason why he was one of the top offensive linemen drafted in this past draft. But Chase Young's on a whole nother level. I'll be honest. And of course, you're going to say I'm biased because I'm a Washington fan and I want to see Chase Young whip up on Rashawn Slater. But Chase Young's on a whole nother level. And like I said, once again, don't get me wrong, Rashawn Slater is really good, and he'll be probably one of the best left tackles in all of football in his career. But Chase Young is going to be playing on a whole nother level. The reason why I say that is because he already has an NFL year under his belt. For former rookie of the year, let's get that out the way, for his defensive rookie of the year this past year, and he's gonna play with a chip on his shoulder with extra motivation just because he know Rashawn Slater got the best of him in 2019, and I'm sure Rashawn Slater isn't gonna forget that either. But I just feel like Chase Young is going to be on a whole nother level just because he know what this matchup holds. He knows a lot of people are going to be talking about how Rashawn Slater did him in 2019, and you know Chase Young ain't gonna go like that. You know that's how Chase Young rolls. You know he's smack at anybody. So I think this matchup right here isn't going to be any different. But once again, we're going to take a look at this footage right here to see what Chase Young did wrong and what did Rashawn Slater do right that allowed him to defeat Chase Young in this matchup in 2019, and maybe what Chase Young could do better than this go round, and now that they're in the NFL and they're facing off against each other. So as you see on the right side of your screen, you have Chase Young lined up against Rashawn Slater, and you're going to see Rashawn Slater get the better of Chase Young just because he got the better, he got quick off the ball, and he just basically got his hands right in the middle of Chase Young's chest, and it allowed him to drive him to the ground, and it allowed his quarterback to have a running lane to pick up a decent gain. So you're going to see right here on the right side of your screen, he gets a quick burst off of the ball, or off of the snap rather, and it allowed him to get the better of Chase Young right there, and his quarterback scrambled for a solid gain. Then you move on to the next play quickly right here. You're going to see them lined up on your left side, another angle of a different play, and you're going to see Rashawn Slater just manhandle Chase Young on this run play. He got the better of him, able to hold him and not allow him to affect the play, because in 2019 we know Chase Young was probably, if not the best player in America, he was obviously a Heisman finalist. So again, you're going to see him get the better of Chase Young, and you can see a little bit right there, Chase Young kind of drove him back off his feet a little bit, but you're going to see, or you saw that he was able to hold his ground against Chase Young, again not allowing him to affect the game. And you see here right here, you have the tight end also right there, and you see Rashawn Slater just has his hands in Chase Young's chest to quickly put it out there. Simple. It's no gimmicks, nothing to get around it. He just owned Chase Young in this game. Moving on, the next play right here on your screen, you're going to see Rashawn Slater and Chase Young lined up again, and like I continue to say throughout the whole video, and you're going to hear me say it, he just got a better hold of Chase Young in this game. He's quicker than Chase Young in this game, and he's able to hold his ground. This is the only few times that I've really seen Chase Young get manhandled, and he got his hands into his chest and he was able to drive him back. So you're going to see again, quarterbacks out of the gun, Chase Young is going to line up against Rashawn Slater. Slater, and he's able to just hold him and push him to the ground. Rashawn Slater was killing Chase Young, and I think what Chase Young is going to have to do better in this game, and obviously he's more better. Let me pause it right quick so I can talk to you guys. Obviously he's more better now just because he got the NFL teaching and stuff like that. So don't take this matchup in 2019 too heavily, because Chase Young, that's a whole 2 years ago. Chase Young is so much better now, and Rashawn Slater is too, but Chase Young's on a whole nother level. And like I said, what I would want to see Chase Young do better so he can get a better matchup and get a better result against Rashawn Slater is just get quicker off the ball. Use your speed around the edge. Rashawn Slater can't keep up with you, Chase Young, so use your speed to get around the edge, to get over on Rashawn Slater, so it can allow you to get a quicker step and get around that corner and try to get that quarterback. I feel like Rashawn Slater was beating Chase Young to his spot, and heads off to Rashawn Slater, but I felt like Rashawn Slater was beating Chase Young to his spot in this game on multiple occasions, and that allowed him to get his hands up into Chase Young's chest and push him back and push him into the ground. So let's continue to watch the clips here. You're going to see Rashawn Slater lined up against Chase Young. As you're going to see right here, Rashawn Slater is going to drop back and get his hands into Chase Young's chest, and it's going to allow him to drive him back and drive him into the ground here. You see how he's a little bit, Chase Young is a little bit getting to the edge out of the reach of Rashawn Slater here. We're here with another play with Chase Young versus Rashawn Slater, and as you're going to see with Rashawn Slater, he's able to beat Chase Young to his spot. That's the biggest thing in this game that Rashawn Slater was able to defeat Chase Young in, is he was able to beat Chase Young to his spot. Like I said before, Chase Young is what he's gonna have to do in this matchup this Sunday is use your speed to get around the edge against Rashawn Slater. Rashawn Slater is not quicker than you. Use your hand, use your technique that you learned this offseason to beat and get around the edge of Rashawn Slater. So once the clip continues to resume, you're going to see how Rashawn Slater was able to regain his strength against Chase Young, because it looked like he was losing him just a little bit, and he was able to slide back in and push him to the ground, and it allowed him to really disrupt Chase Young and take him out of this game. Now you're going to see here that the quarterback gets away from a possible sack from his other teammates, but you see once again Chase Young was pretty much a non-factor in this game. So moving on to the next clip here, you're going to see Rashawn Slater lined up against Chase Young. Once again, this is what this video is around, and you're just going to see Rashawn Slater just get his hands into Chase Young's chest and drive him back. That's cool. That's literally what he was doing to Chase Young this whole game, is just out muscling him. And like I said, this was 2 years ago. Obviously, an offensive lineman is going to be way much stronger than a defensive end. However, now that we're 2 years later, Chase Young is going to be much stronger and obviously much more faster. But here you're going to see once again Chase Young is just getting driven back by Rashawn Slater. That's just the moral of this game right here. You're going to continue to hear me say that throughout this whole video, because that's pretty much what this was right here. He's just getting his hands in his chest and driving him back. That's pretty much what happened this whole game. To finish off the video, I want to give you guys some clips of Rashawn Slater being dominant. As you see, Rashawn Slater, his biggest thing is he's able to get his hands in your chest, and once he does that, you're finished. You're not going to be able to move because the guy is so strong. Although he does lack length, and it was some talks on possibly playing guard in the NFL, he's still very strong. And when he gets your hands in his chest, or vice versa, when he gets his hands in your chest rather, he is going to dominate you and be able to drive you back. That's why I said it's key for Chase Young to be able to use his speed to get around the edge and to not really allow him to grab him, because if he can do that, he is going to drive Chase Young into the ground. I'm gonna be honest with you. But however, once again, I think Chase Young is just more advanced than Rashawn Slater, just because he has 1 year under his belt, and then again he learned more moves, and once again he was the former Rookie of the Year from this past year. So I think Chase Young overall is going to get the better of Rashawn Slater in this game here. Once again, I'm a Washington fan, so of course I'm gonna go with my boy. So there you have it. That is the film breakdown between Chase Young and Rashawn Slater. Like I said, Rashawn Slater got the better of Chase Young 2 years ago in their college matchup, Ohio State versus Northwestern, but they're now in the pros, and I feel like it's going to be a different outcome just because how dominant Chase Young is going to be this year, and he's playing with a chip on his shoulder just because he didn't forget that matchup against Rashawn Slater. So yeah, man, it's me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, help to the Washington football team. It is officially game week for the Burgundy and Gold. Let me know how you guys feel about this video down below and what Chase Young can do to win his matchup versus Rashawn Slater. As always, it's me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, help to watch the football team. I'm out. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you pop. Get you pop, get you drop. Slide on the one where they get you boxed on.